Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Sean Huggins and this is Europe with Hugs. Thank you so much for being here. Today I want to check out this video called How NATO's Most Strategic Island Trains for War with Russia. Oh damn. This says here on the ground with Swedish troops. So we're going on the ground with Swedish troops to see how they're training. Let's check it out. And as always, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. It helps out the algorithm, which helps the channel, and it'd be greatly appreciated. It's quick, easy, free, and like I said, it helps out a lot. Anyways, let's waste no more time yapping. Let's get into it.
I'm here on this tiny Swedish island in the middle of the Baltic Sea where NATO's newest member is preparing for war.
Whoa, dude, look at these guys go.
Tensions are high on Gotland as the Ukraine...
Gotland. I've never heard of Gotland. Hold on a second.
Tensions are high on Gotland.
Gotland is an island from Sweden. It doesn't look that tiny. Is Gotland really that tiny? Dude, it looks like freaking... It looks pretty huge, actually.
As the Ukraine conflict continues, and as critical subsea cables are damaged in suspected sabotage.
Oh, wow.
Troops here are training in drills designed to repel invaders. No one here specifically naming the enemy, but it doesn't take a lot to imagine that it's Russia we're talking about. It's all part of a seismic shift in strategy that has seen Sweden end decades of neutrality, pour millions of dollars into its defenses, and ready civilian bomb shelters built during the Cold War. Nowhere is Sweden's change in stance seen more visibly than here on this island. So we're going to this Swedish military base which only reopened in 2018 and is one of the regiments in the country that has seen a large uptick in recruits. Since 2020, the Swedish military has increased the number of conscripts here from 0 to hundreds and predicts it to double again over the next few years.
Wait a minute.
And predicts it could double.
He has an American flag air freshener in his car. What the frick is going on here?
Again over the next few years. Conscript will train in exercises similar to this armored battalion. The soldiers here are practicing how to repel a potential invasion. An invasion will happen either from the air or by the sea, so that's what they're practicing. In the event of an attack on NATO, many expect Russian troops to land on Gotland first. It's only around 200 miles from Russia's Kaliningrad exclave.
With the fighter.
Dude, this has to be a very key island strategically because it's in the center of the sea, so a military base here has to be incredibly valuable from a tactical standpoint.
Jet that takes between 15 and 20 minutes, and with a missile half that time.
Gotland's position makes it a crucial military asset. Whoever controls the island essentially controls the Baltic Sea. When Sweden joined NATO, it gave the alliance the ability to cut off Moscow's supply routes in a lake of other members. But if Moscow took control of the island, supplying NATO's Baltic states would be more difficult. They would likely be resupplied via the narrow Suwalki gap between Poland and Lithuania. If that area was also breached by Russian forces, NATO's Baltic states would be cut off.
If you are located on this island with capabilities, you could in one or another way have an impact on what goes on both in the air, on the surface and underneath the sea level as well.
To prepare for such a scenario, Sweden is ramping up defenses here. Troop numbers are growing so rapidly that every time they finish construction on a new barracks, the military says they have to start building another.
Oh, wow.
Although preparations for
war... dude, this place is freaking beautiful. Look at this castle wall. Look at the cathedral on the water side. Like, what? And you got a carnival cruise in the back. Like, what? This is like straight out of a fairy tale. Look at this place.
Now, the threat to Gotland is not new. For centuries, this place has been the target of invasions because of its strategic location. The Vikings were here, and in the 1800s, the Russians also briefly occupied the island. To understand how this impacts the public of Gotland, I'm meeting the mayor, Mate Folin. Hey, nice to meet you. Thank you for making this. She's ultimately responsible for readying Gotland for a potential war or crisis. Seeing the military come back to Gotland, how has it changed people's outlook?
Most of us, I think, we feel more safe with it because the war also is quite near.
Yeah, I mean, if Russia invades, they're going to invade. So it's better, I mean, I would feel more safe if the military was there than if they weren't. Because, like I said, if Russia invades, they're gonna invade either way, you know?
But some also feel more insecure because it is in your face. There's something going on. We also have a lot of people in Sweden that we thought that we could rely on that war will not come into Europe again.
How do you feel about Trump in the White House?
Ooh,
have you given much thought
good question.
to that?
Oh, every day. I think it's disturbing and alarming because I think if USA are not willing to take the responsibility they have done over time, it will be no NATO in the same extent as it is today.
Yeah.
It also, of course, alarming when he's out also talking about like he want to have Greenland and stuff like that because it's inside NATO.
Yeah, I mean, alarming is maybe the nicest way of putting it. Very politically correct way of putting it. That's a very gentle way of saying that for sure.
And that is, it's a big concern.
What it really is
The expansion
insane.
of the military is dividing opinion across the island, where a large part of the economy relies on tourism. So Sweden's armed forces are going into towns to try to convince communities that an increased military presence is a necessity.
Men vi som bor precis intill, har ni några begränsningar på hur mycket ni får låta? Jag menar, vi har ju flyttat ner permanent för att få ett lugn. Och så kommer ni, och jag förstår att ni inte har något att säga till om, men det måste ju ändå finnas rimliga begränsningar för.
Many locals feel uneasy about militarization taking place on their doorstep,
Of
as well as
course.
the increasing threat from Russia. Others say they're concerned about security challenges following the US election.
Jag bor här borta. Flyttade hit för 12 år sedan. Och då hade ju inte jag räknat med att det skulle bli ett skjutfält. Jag tycker
That's a
att det
good
var
point.
bättre att Kamala Harris vann valet i USA, för det skulle inte bli så polariserande. Jag skulle känna mig tryggare i tillvaron.
Man, that's crazy how the American election affects so much more than just America. Like, absolutely insane.
Men nu är det sån där. Vi får gilla läget.
Despite rising anxiety over the island's long-term security, members of the Swedish military say it's unlikely to be attacked anytime soon. But that hasn't stopped residents from preparing for any escalation. The Swedish government is ramping
Whoa.
up checks on underground bunkers to make sure its population is ready for a crisis.
Wow.
Is that for chemical weapons? Smoke, chemical.
Whoa.
This bomb shelter and dozens of others scattered across the island are now at a heightened state of readiness. Most of them were built during the Cold War.
Wow, look at
It comes
this.
as a shadow war heats up in the sea that surrounds them. A string of underwater incidents have struck cables in the Baltic Sea. Some Western officials accused Moscow of sabotage, but Russia has denied it's part of such an effort. The incidents triggered NATO to deploy regular naval patrols and enhance surveillance in the area.
Oh, God.
As history has shown, this island will continue to be a strategic asset in the future. Those who are training here say they're both anxious and ready to defend it.
Of course, sometimes you get scared, but you have to find the moments when you can be scared and when you have to press it away and just move forward.
What do you get scared from?
Like the war in Ukraine, it's scary.
Even if the Ukraine war comes to an end, tensions in this
Damn.
part of Europe between Russia and its neighbors in the north will likely persist for many years to come.
Wow. Intense video today. Yeah, with so much uncertainty right now, it's just everything is crazy. What can I say? I mean, everybody is feeling the uncertainty in the air recently, whether it's from the war, whether it's from the US election, the global economy, everything just has people on edge right now, and it's understandable, but interesting to learn about either way. Anyways, though, that's all the time that I have for today. Like I said before, if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. It helps the algorithm, which helps the channel, and it's greatly appreciated. But that being said, thank you guys so much for being here, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.